Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I just did a video about 10 things that I liked about the Emerald Princess and my Panama Canal cruise experience. I think it's only fair I also say the things that I disliked about the Emerald Princess cruise that I was on. So stay tuned for that. I think I got 6 things that I think I didn't like. Okay, now before I get into the things I didn't like, remember this is my personal experience on this particular cruise. Things can be changing, like there are going to be things that will change from my cruise to you going on a cruise in the future, or one that you might have scheduled upcoming. And the reason for that is this cruise was basically going from one side of the ocean to the other side of the United States to the Panama Canal, and then it was going into dry dock for 5 days of service, and they were working on the cruise while we were on it. So the ship was getting more things done to it as we were on this cruise. So I just want to qualify that. Some of these things will change, but I think it's only fair to say my experience of when I was on that cruise. Okay. Number 1 for me was the amount and variety of shows and entertainment. So we were on a 15-day cruise. They only had 731 passengers. So because of that, they did 1 show a day. And to try and please the people early dining and late dining, they did 1 show at 9:30 at night. Now for a lot of the people on board, 9:30 at night was time for bed and they wanted to go to sleep, because you're on a relaxing cruise. You're not on a hurry go cruise. Not only that, if you went to a show at 9:30 and got out at 10 and then they would have an event after that, now you're not getting back to your room at 11, 12 o'clock at night. A lot of people did not like that on the cruise. They didn't like the 1 show, and they especially didn't like the fact that it was later. Now, if they got more than 731 people on board, I'm sure they're going to do 2 shows a night like they normally do, but on mine, they didn't. Also, one thing that's right now, the variety of shows on the cruise were not the best. What I mean by that is we had 3 Broadway shows while we were on the cruise on a 15-day cruise. We had 6 nights of comedians, 1 night a ventriloquist, 1 night a magician, so basically other types of comedians. So out of 15 days, 8 of them were some type of comedy. And I like comedians as much as the next person, but I want a little more variety than that in my entertainment. I would have liked more headliners. I would have liked another Broadway show during the time. It just seemed like an awful lot of comedy for that length of cruise. So yeah, variety of shows was a little lacking. Number 2, not everything was open. Planks wasn't open for dining. Some of the game shows they didn't do because of social distancing. And you would sometimes, because there were so few people on board, you'd go to trivia and there'd be 3 people in the trivia. So everyone's a winner because y'all just did 1 group and you became the winner. So yeah, not everything being open was a bit of a pain. Now the main things were open. They did the theater, the 2 main specialty dining was open, but only one of the main restaurants was open. They closed the other. It just seemed like, yeah, there still needed some work to be done for other things to be open. Even Club Fusion, which is the big entertainment at the rear of the ship, it was closed most of the time, most of the cruise. So it needed to have some more work done. And so few people, it needed more people to have more events. Number 3, I'm going to say this about the stateroom. Because it's an older ship, it has slightly different design, and I was okay with the design. This big, huge thing in the middle where the TV is, and kind of dividing up the room, living room, bedroom sort of thing. I was okay with that. What I wasn't okay with was the amount of plugs in this stateroom. Basically, you had around your desk, and that was about it. There were not too many plugs anywhere else. So for me, who sometimes I'm working, I don't want to always sit at the desk. I might want to move over to bed at some point, try and watch the TV and work. I'm running cords and I'm trying to charge cameras and I'm charging my phone and computer and I'm stringing cables all over my room. And then when if I get up and I want to go out to my balcony, I'm stepping over all these cables strung across the room because I had to stretch them from where the only available plugs were. So yeah, they need more plugs. They need more USB ports and more plugs. And I don't know why cruise lines don't put plugs and USB ports beside every bed. Every single bed should have a plug and USB port on every cruise ship from now on. Okay, I have 3 more that I didn't like, but before I get into that, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more adventures and see more vlogs and more ship reviews and more cruise news. Yeah, all that stuff, all that fun stuff. Really helps the channel out. Just hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified of any videos that come out, and there's usually one every single day. And I would really, really appreciate it. It really does help the channel out a lot. Okay, number 4. Probably the most annoying thing for me personally on this ship was the buffet. Now, the buffet food was good. The food was really good. The trouble was, there wasn't much. There was a lot of grab and go stuff. So I can pick up a lot of celery sticks and things like that, single cup. I can pick up some rolls and some bread. I can pick up little things of meat and cheese. All kinds of that kind of stuff. But if I want my hot food, I had 1 row of area to get my food in. And it wasn't any bigger than my kitchen in my house to serve everybody on a cruise ship. And the choices were, here's 2 pastas, here's a soup, potato, some type of a chicken fingers or something, things like that. In fact, one day, I couldn't find potatoes in the buffet. Not French fries, not fingerling potatoes, not baked potatoes, not mashed potatoes. There was no potato in a buffet. How is that possible? How do you not have potatoes in the buffet? And there's no place to get a hamburger. There's no place like that. You had to go out to the hamburger place out on the front deck if you wanted a hamburger. It just seemed like there was not a whole lot of choice in the buffet. And they have 2 sections of buffet, but I guess because there was only 700 people, they only opened up one side of the buffet at a time. So lunch they would open up here, and then over here they would prepare for dinner, and then they would close this and this would be open for dinner. So yeah, was not impressed with the size of the buffet, especially after I left that ship. I got on ships like the Apex and the Odyssey of the Seas, and I could have put 20 of the buffets that is in the Emerald Princess, 20 of them in the buffets on those 2 ships. I know they're bigger ships, but it should never go 20 times the size. I'm not talking seating, I'm talking food. Just picking your food. That's how small the buffet was. Number 4, the ship had a vibration in the aft of the ship. And this is what I say by it's probably going to be fixed before you get on the cruise. Hopefully it was fixed during that 5-day period when we got, but it was so bad they had to move people from aft cabins and change them and put them in other cabins. It was so bad when we went to Club Fusion to just have our COVID test. We had to have 2 COVID tests on board. It was like this, sitting there, like super like you couldn't have put a thing on the table. It would have vibrated off the table. That's an entertainment venue. You're supposed to be able to go there and dance and sing and things like that. There's a stage there. Well, I don't think there was much going on there. In fact, I never took part in any one event other than I went there for the Captain's Circle dinner. Meeting, where we met the captain and he introduced himself and they had a little speech. Other than that, no. It was very, very loud. And I think the only reason we were able to go in the venue for that point is because they slowed the ship down quite a bit when that event was going on. But the minute we picked up speed again, that like this, it was not good. But I'm sure that's priority to be fixed, and it's probably fixed by now. Number 6, and this is another thing that will probably change. In one hand, I liked that there was only 731 passengers. It made for a lot of room, a lot of things that you can do. No hurry to do anything. Lots of room for dining, lots of room for entertainment, lots of room to get into the game shows, all that. But what it also did is there wasn't a lot of people participating in a lot of things. So like if you went to trivia, I went and there was 3 people in the entire thing for trivia. You'd go to bingo, there'd be 5 people there. You'd go to a seminar, there'd be 6 people there. There just wasn't a lot of people to take part in the events that often make things more interesting. If you're there and you want to see a game show about love and marriage and you put 3 couples up there, well, if you only have 30 people in the audience, they have a hard time finding 3 couples because that's 20% of the people in the audience. So yeah, I didn't like the fact there was, in a way, I would have preferred a lot more people, which sounds strange. But if you're a person who likes game shows and the trivia and all that, you need people to play. You need people to participate. And if there's nobody there, then you're missing out on some of the entertainment that you like. And I can't imagine how hard it is for a singer and a dancer to get up and start singing when normally they're used to singing in front of 700,000, 800,000 people in the big theater, the big auditorium, and there's like 75 people there. Because, it's 9:30 at night, a lot of people go to bed, a lot of people were watching movies under the stars, and it's, not a lot of people wanted to go to the 6 comedy shows in one cruise. I can only feel sorry for those entertainers because it's really hard to perform when you're in front of people like that. But yeah, there you go. Those are the 6 things I really didn't like. Like I said, most of these will probably be fixed by the time you get on board. However, the size of the buffet, not really great. And the no plugs, not really great. As far as if you need plugs is concerned, especially if you're staying 4 in a stateroom. You're trying to plug things on, you're not going to have a good time trying to find plugs. Well, there you are. I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.